For as long as I can remember, we've all been told the same thing. Getting your 401k employer match is the absolute golden rule of personal finance. It's step one, the non-negotiable first move on your path to retirement. But what if that cornerstone of financial wisdom isn't quite as solid as it seems? All right, let's get into it.
Okay, that is a heavy question, I know. And when I say scam, I'm not talking about some backroom conspiracy. It's more about a misalignment, where the amazing benefits you think you're getting are slowly and systematically chipped away by hidden costs and rules you probably don't even know about. Today, we're going to put that so-called free money under a microscope.
So, before we start tearing it down, let's first build up the case for the match. And believe me, it's a powerful and really persuasive argument, and for good reason. It's all built on this one incredibly appealing idea.
I mean, this is the advice we've all heard, right? It's pretty much personal finance 101. The logic just feels unshakable. Your employer is literally offering you extra cash just for saving money you were probably going to save anyway. Who in their right mind turns that down?
And this right here is why it's so darn convincing. It's the math. You put in $1 and bam, your employer puts in another 50 cents or maybe even a full dollar. That is an instant, guaranteed 50 or 100% return on your investment. I mean, you literally can't find that anywhere else. It seems completely unbeatable.
So to really get a grip on this, let's just quickly break down what a match actually is and the incredible, life-changing power it can have when everything works out exactly as it's supposed to.
At its heart, it's really simple. Think of it as a key part of your total compensation package. It's designed to do two things: attract good employees and keep them around by giving them a huge incentive to save for their own future. It's a pretty powerful tool. But here's the thing, and this table shows it perfectly. Not all matches are created equal, not even close. Some are super straightforward, dollar for dollar. Others might only give you 50 cents for every dollar. And some use these tiered formulas, like the one you see here. The absolute key is to know your own plan's formula so you understand the real value of what's being offered.
And make no mistake, when it works, the long-term potential is absolutely staggering. Let's say your employer puts just $4,000 a year into your plan. Over a 40-year career with just average market returns, that match by itself could grow to nearly $1.35 million. That is truly life-changing money.
Okay, but, and this is a big but, this is where the story starts to get a little murky. That massive $1.35 million number we just saw, well, it comes with some very important fine print. Let's start peeling back the layers and look at the hidden catches that can turn this free money into a very, very expensive illusion.
The very first catch, and maybe the biggest one, comes down to a single crucial question. Do you actually own this money? You might see that match pop up in your account statement, but that doesn't mean it's yours to keep. Not yet, anyway.
So here's how it works. The money you contribute, the cash that comes right out of your paycheck, that is always 100% yours from day one. No questions asked. But the employer match money is almost always tied to something called a vesting schedule. This just means you have to stay with the company for a certain number of years before you gain full ownership. If you leave your job before you're fully vested, you have to give some or maybe even all of that free money right back to them.
And look, this is not some tiny niche problem. We're talking about real money. An analysis of plans in just one recent year found that 1.8 million people forfeited a staggering $1.5 billion in compensation simply because they changed jobs. In today's world, where people switch jobs all the time, this job-hopping penalty is a huge risk to your retirement.
All right, catch number 2. This is the silent killer of retirement wealth: fees. So even if you stay at your job long enough to get 100% vested, the value of that match can be systematically drained away by the costs hidden inside your 401k plan.
This quote right here from the Department of Labor, you need to burn this into your brain. A 1% fee sounds so small, right? Almost insignificant. But when you compound that over decades, it can devour a massive chunk of your savings. It's like having termites in your retirement house. You don't see the damage they're doing until it's way too late.
And wow, this chart just lays it all out, plain as day. Look at the difference here. We have two identical savers, putting in the exact same amount of money, getting the exact same market returns. The only difference is that one little 1% fee. Over a career, that tiny number costs one person almost $150,000. The free money from your match can get completely wiped out by high fees.
Now for the third catch, and this is one almost nobody talks about, the way your 401k money gets taxed. The nice little tax break you get today could be setting you up for a much, much bigger tax bill down the road.
So here's the problem. In a regular brokerage account, your investment profits are taxed at these special lower long-term capital gains rates, which top out around 20%. But in a traditional 401k, every single dollar you pull out in retirement, your money, the match, all the growth is taxed as ordinary income. That means your retirement savings could be taxed at rates of 37% or even higher, which can wipe out a huge portion of the benefit you thought you were getting.
And last but not least, we have to talk about something called opportunity cost. Is chasing that 100% match always the smartest financial move you can make with your next dollar? The answer, surprisingly, is often no.
Just think about this for a second. That match feels like an unbeatable return, right? But what about the guaranteed, immediate, and completely tax-free return you get from wiping out high-interest debt? This is a really critical question you have to ask yourself.
All right, let's put these two heavyweights in the ring side by side and see which one really comes out on top.
I mean, this breakdown just makes the choice crystal clear. The 401k match is a potential return that's decades away, and it's subject to vesting rules, fees, and market risk. Paying off that credit card? That's a guaranteed, immediate, risk-free, and tax-free return over 20%. For anyone carrying that kind of high-interest debt, attacking the debt is almost always the mathematically superior financial move.
So, after going through all these hidden catches, what's the final verdict? Is the 401k match a scam? The answer is, well, it's complicated. It's not a scam in, a criminal sense, but it is a highly, highly conditional form of compensation. Its real value depends entirely on your specific situation.
This means you have to put on your detective hat and investigate your own plan. You've got to ask these questions. What's my vesting schedule? What are the total fees? Not just the obvious ones. Do I have any high-interest debt? And maybe most importantly, how long do I honestly, really plan to stay at this job? Your answers will tell you if the match is a powerful wealth-building tool or if it's just a gilded trap.
Look, that free money promise is powerful. It's incredibly tempting, but now you know it isn't unconditional. The real scam would be to just blindly accept the common wisdom without doing your own homework. Now you have the tools to look past the sales pitch and figure out for yourself what the real value of your 401k match truly is.